Hey everybody, thanks for coming back for episode 23. We thought we would kind of have a continuing conversation of our last episode, episode 22. So if you missed it, go watch it now and then come back. We'll wait. Just kidding.
I was confused. What are we doing?
Yeah, we're going to wait 10 minutes. But in our
15?
15. In our last episode, we shared the story of our daughter who's transgender. The outpouring of support and messages was crazy. We definitely weren't expecting that. And not only did we get a bunch of comments on our Instagram, but on Facebook too, personal messages to me, personal messages to you. It was like, wow, we just couldn't believe it. So thank you for being so nice, first of all.
Yeah. We probably don't deserve all the nice things you said.
We didn't get one horrible comment, which is great and much appreciated. But just more of just like, thank you for, being open with us. And thank you for being you and being good parents. We hope we are. But it was really nice to hear all the nice comments. And we really appreciate it.
Yeah, I was saying I had actually forwarded it to some people at work because I'm on a diversity committee in my job, and we talk about related issues and so forth, and got a lot of nice comments back from people at work too. So that's fantastic.
So nice.
And friends and family members who have similar situations.
And we told our daughter that beforehand. That
we probably should have pointed that out.
She's 24, so she's an adult. But
Full
we did,
disclosure.
and let her know. We just wanted to share it because we love her. We're so proud and everything. And we also shared, some of the comments and things. So she says thank you as well.
Right, and it's interesting time of the year in this community and with these issues, because today also happens to be what is known as Spirit Day, which is an anti-bullying initiative. It started out, I think, it was the organization GLAAD, G-L-A-A-D, that started it. But anyway, they're one of the main organizations that promote the idea. You're supposed to wear purple.
I've got a little purple.
I have not.
Scarf,
I don't have
that
anything.
Kind of counts.
I don't have any purple clothes. I would otherwise. I think we were talking before. I think I have a purple tie, but we're working from home. We're not wearing ties.
Yeah.
but I mean, it's anti-bullying in general, but also in particular bullying of young people and young queer people in particular. So the GLAAD website has all kinds of videos at the moment with all sorts of famous people, including I was going to say Dan Levy from Schitt's Creek.
Love him.
I wait for it. It's going to come by in a second.
Yes.
Hold on. Wait for it. And oh no, Celine Dion. And I was going to say. It's Trevor Noah. Anyway, so you can check out their website for more information. Although Celine Dion is not showing up on my screen. I know we saw her before. Yes. James Corden and a bunch of other famous Trevor Noah. As I said.
It is nice to bring that to the forefront because so many kids are bullied. Just in general, but also if you are different, that's just like a easy target, kind of thing. So we've always felt like if this can be a safe place for her to come back to, no matter what happens on the outside, we're happy that she has somewhere safe that she knows she's loved and she can be her all the time. And also we were talking about before is there's a lot of online bullying too. So that's just a whole nother can of worms.
Right. I mean, it's kind of a strange, it's a double-edged sword in a way with social media and so forth. In one sense, it's more of a democratic thing than we've ever had before, the ability of just about anybody to express their opinions and interact with people, and it can be a great thing. We've gotten to know people as real-life friends through different social media platforms. I actually, for a while was working with some lawyers and people that I got to know through social media. We have friends in New York that we visited and spent time with that we met.
Friends in Chicago.
Friends in Chicago that we didn't know until we connected through different platforms. So it can be great, but it also it's kind of the Wild West where
And
there's
also,
a lot of nastiness too.
I was also reading that this is particularly a hard time for Corona and quarantine.
Oh, sure.
Especially if you are in a family that isn't supportive, or you come out yet, or whatever. You also have that kind of like just the uncertainty and the unsettling, and you're kind of trapped kind of thing. So that's
Right.
another point where if you can find supportive people online, that's so great that you can at least express yourself online, even if the people next to you have no idea.
And I think, sometimes it's hard to really grasp unless you're in that situation how difficult it is. It's one of those things that, so many other aspects of your identity are sort of like obvious. If you look a certain way, if you're a particular race or ethnicity, or you're, male or female, whatever, it's sort of obvious. So you don't have to announce to the world, I'm white or I'm male or whatever it may
Right.
be. But being gay or being transgender, whatever, isn't always apparent on the surface. And that can be good and bad. Maybe you're not prepared to be out in the world. And so maybe it's good that you don't have to necessarily disclose that. But it also is challenging because nobody wants to live, without being able to be true to themselves. So you're in that awkward situation of, well, when you encounter someone new, do you say, oh, by the way,
Right.
I'm this, that, or the other thing. So it is a weird thing. It's an additional kind of pressure that doesn't necessarily exist in other situations where you might be marginalized. So I think that the more people talk about it and the more open people are, the easier it is for people going through that.
I 100% agree.
I'm lucky because I work for a company that's really forward thinking in a lot of these situations, and we have organizations for employees and so forth.
Mine too.
But it is still, you have to make some hard decisions about what you want to disclose and who you want to disclose it to and when and all that. So all these organizations can be, I think, really helpful and give people a safe place.
And I think hope too, that it's just kind of like you're not alone. There's many other people who are dealing with the same thing that have walked your shoes. They could be a year into it, 10 years into it. So that's also nice too to have that.
Right. One of the organizations that we were talking about before we started recording is the itgetsbetter.org, which was started by Dan Savage, the columnist and advice personality. I don't know what all of his titles are, but
it's a lot.
He's originally from, I think, Peoria, Illinois, which is not far from where we're from. And, he's gay and he's married, and he and his husband started, they had, I think he wrote a column in which he used the phrase, it gets better. What would you say to younger people who are dealing with the dilemma of being in maybe a hostile environment and wanting to be yourself? And that phrase, it gets better, was kind of been the rallying cry to kind of send the message that it may be difficult when you're young and you're in that environment, but you can have a life and live your life.
And a future and goals and all that stuff.
Another organization that is more centered on mental health issues of people in the community who might be struggling is called the Trevor Project. That's at trevorproject.org. But again, that's more, and more power to you if you're in that situation and you're looking for help. But that's an organization that really is more tailored towards finding mental health services for people who are in the LGBTQ community. Unfortunately, because we're still pretty far behind in our world today, although things have gotten better, that adds a lot of stress. So if you're dealing with mental health issues anyway, and on top of it, you have to deal with prejudice and that sort of thing, you have kind of a unique set of needs. It's not necessarily just the same as someone else who's dealing with mental health issues.
Right.
So that's a good organization. If you are looking for if you're straight and you're looking to help out, there's an organization called PFLAG, which stands for, it's pflag.org. However, the acronym actually stands for Parents, Family, and Friends of Lesbians and Gays. So that's actually two F's, but they don't spell it that way. It's pflag.org.
And we just looked at the location of their, like, they've got groups all over the country, and there are tons of them. There's one in our town. Didn't know that.
They happened to, we tagged them in our last video, and they watched and liked it.
That's so nice.
That was very nice of them. That's a good organization for allyship. And although sometimes the names of these organizations are a little outdated because they were formed, maybe
30 years ago,
30 years ago, 40 years ago, they do support transgender and non-binary people as well. I do notice that with a lot of organizations, like there is in Chicago, the leading LGBTQ bar association is called the Lesbian and Gay Bar Association of Chicago, but
you're missing some.
That doesn't mean they exclude anybody. It just happens to be that's how the organization began. There's also, for the lawyers out there, there's also Lambda Legal, which is a great organization that has fought for.
David is an attorney, in case you didn't know.
I am a lawyer, and so they're a very good organization. They've done a lot of work in the courts to advance civil rights as well.
So yeah, we just wanted to just kind of piggyback on our last episode, because we were just so many comments and so many people in the same situation, kids the same age as our daughter, coming out at the same time, and just people that have been dealing with that or no family members, or it was just really nice.
Yeah, and we do appreciate all. We
definitely appreciate it.
Kind words.
And we will leave some of these organizations again, just so you have them on this post as well. But yeah, we just wanted to say thank you very much, and thanks for being part of our lives and watching our show. And so thank you.
Thanks.
We'll see you next time. Bye.